Hello, everyone. It's your own personal president of the United States, Grover Cleveland here, with a message from the White House. You're watching Ink the Book Show, the show that does your job for you. No, you can't lead, but you can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter. And if you like his work on the Bonehead comic, you can also watch his Bonehead cartoon. The link to all these things and more can be found in the description. Furthermore, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Wrangleshank and all things Ink the Book. Thank you.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
The Nephilim spider. The tiger butterfly. The spider works tirelessly, maintaining its web in order to catch its meals. The butterfly, however, just bums around, looking for loose change in the couch cushions, and eating all the spider's Cheerios. The spider is sick and tired of this butterfly cramping its style and wrecking his web all the time. The butterfly does not want to move back in with his lame parents. But the spider has had enough and sends the butterfly packing. Predator and prey, or just lousy roommates.
Hey everybody! Welcome to Ink the Book Show. I'm Ryan O'Connor, and we're not inking no book today. We got to catch up on some pages, so we're drawing pages. I thought I was going to do some of these. I'm not quite ready to do more thumbnails. I got to get some writing in, I think. So I'm going to finish penciling this page. This page already in progress. Let's see. I don't want to wash it out too much, so it's impossible to see. What, love, you doll? How's it going? Whoa, I feel like my stream is real choppy today. I'm gonna boot some stuff if I can. Let's see. Remove from studio. Remove from studio. Maybe that'll be less choppy. At least it's choppy on my end. I am good. Doing pretty decent. I'm late. I'm on here a lot later than I thought I would be. I jumped in. I was checking out this one artist, Brian Shearer. I was checking out his. He was doing like a live Discord thing. And I was just seeing what that was all about, how that works. So I jumped in on that. I didn't talk too much, but I wanted to see how it works. Just to know. And let's see. So how I've been doing most of the pages in this book, not all of them. Some of them I just drew straight onto the page by, especially toward the last third of the book. I just started drawing them, like looking at my thumbnail card, because I did one of these for every page of the book. And some of them I would just look at the card and just try to recreate it better on here. But for most of the book, what I've been doing is I would scan these cards in, blow them up to 3 times the size, and print them out. So these are real scuzzy, scribbly, crappy drawings on 3x5 note cards, just to get like the idea down, try to bust out a layout, real quick and simple. And then I blow it up so they're big, scribbly, crummy drawings. And what I was doing for a lot of that after that was I would trace them into my sketchbook. I have 3 Bonehead sketchbooks for this book. This is the 3rd one. I would trace it onto here, tighten it up, and then I would trace it onto the page. Maybe that's overkill. Maybe it's just enough kill. Maybe it's not enough kill. That could be too. But look, I even so in the note card before I blew it up, I scribbled a bottle in here. That's true. What love? Work smarter, not harder. A lot of times I work just harder. Sometimes I work smarter and harder at the same time. Usually I'm not just doing the smarter one personally. But where was it? Oh yeah, so right before I scanned it in, I realized I didn't make him holding the bottle that he's supposed to be holding. And so I scribbled that in. And then I drew it on here in my sketchbook without him holding it. And I had to remember to make him holding it on the page. So at least I got it right where it counts. Let's see. Sometimes I don't even do that, and I don't realize until I've started inking his hand, like, wait, he's supposed to be holding something. That's usually what happens. So I drew this panel, and then I swiftly abandoned this page. So let's get onto that part. I might just turn this desk light off. That might work out better. Whoa, I'm just flooding my desk with stuff. I've never done this part of the process on the show before, so forgive me if this is a train wreck. But since I'm not going to be inking probably for a few days, I could ink this after I do it. But I think I'm just going to try and get this chunk of the book done, which is the last chunk of the book to ink. Yeah, so I think I just want to keep doing streams. And since I'm not going to ink, I'll do this. Oh, I thank you. So tomorrow, my sister is having a pool party. So we're going to that. I'm going to try and get a stream in before, I don't know, before noon, if I can trick myself into doing that. I have this terrible problem where I just never want to go to bed at night, and then I sleep my days away. If I don't have to be somewhere in the morning, it's hard to get me out of bed sometimes. I'm very naturally lazy. I'm always trying to fool myself into not being lazy, and it's a feat. If I can pull it off. Though, one of my roommates, she has her, well, they're having a girls' night, but they have all these snacks and stuff downstairs. And one of them told me that she brought me a cupcake, so, but I'm getting my work done before I go and crash their girls' night and eat all their snacks and the cupcake. I don't know which way to make these. There. Okay. So here's Dent and Crux. I want to not have this line and this line clash. There we go. Oh, I saw this board game today that surprised me. It sounds like it's extra fun, so I don't know. So I always liked what do you call it? Connect Four, and recently, like a few days ago, we went somewhere for my brother Liam's birthday, and me and my sister were playing Connect Four basketball at this arcade, where you got to connect four via basketballs, and like you got to get four yellow basketballs or four red basketballs in a row. And then I came across this game called Connect Four something. Connect Four Spin. And it looks like Connect Four, but instead of dropping them into place, you click them into place, and then you got to like flip the whole row upside down, which seems really weird. It's like a twice as long as a normal row on Connect Four, but and then you flip it upside down. So I don't know. It seems like you got to be like you're taking away what was there and putting the others and anticipating what's gonna be there when it flips upside down. Seems weird. Seems cool. Seems like it might be fun. So here I've got his back. Here I've got his back. That doesn't line up. There we go. So this is his hand. So it's This is the bottle. Cork. And I think it's going to be Bonehead's hand on top of his. I'm messing myself up. I guess that's how it is. Here. Oh, Liam's not going to be at my sister's pool party tomorrow, I just heard, though. Rip off. Oh, hey, Steven Dior is now following me on Twitch. Thank you. Appreciate it. I was going to try and single Liam out and invite him. I got to pull up the invite again. Okay, where's Liam? There is no Liam. There's never been any Liam. He seems to be expressing interest in coming into these, more interest in coming into these streams again. Let's see, he's got these three-dimensional eyes. Oops, I just turned my thing on brighter. It's got three settings. Doop, 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 doop. So here's his tie. Belly. And he's got another coattail down here. There's a bit of a drop shadow there. Where else? And his back here. I think that's about all I need. He's got these shoulder straps that we can't quite see. Around his bone tie. Okay, I think that'll do for that one. There's smoke filling the room. I wonder if I should do flames too. You said you'll probably come more often on my streams because your nights are getting boring now. So yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm an alternative to boring. Unless I'm just the less of two borings. But still. Is it back to school work with you? Is that why they're getting boring? And then there's going to be dialogue here. I'm just wondering how in depth I got to go with this background. I'm tempted to just leave it at a straight line, but connect it to the one next to it. There we go. So here is so if you didn't see, I think you did. I think you were in right away, What Love? But I put in this little nature documentary thing that I made at the beginning. It's stolen video footage, but I replaced all the audio. I timed the music on it though. I edited it to fit the video, and I wrote that narration. I'm doing an impression of the guy that did the original narration. I think it's a National Geographic video. I think I want to do more of those if I can get away with it, if I'm not going to get YouTube murdered for it. Or Twitch murdered. YouTube's the one I'm always worried about getting shut down on. I've not heard one peep from Twitch ever, so about something not being okay on my channel. So, okay, that's all I think I need from that that drawing anyway. And let's see. Look at that. Bright light, bright light. And then I was gonna make him swinging Bonehead around like a pinwheel. But then I realized I drew him doing that with the wrong hand there. So I'm not going to do that. And I don't think I was coming up with a good way to represent this. I couldn't draw it too well. So I started while I was on that live, while I was sitting in on that live thing that the one artist Brian Shearer had on his Discord. I started sketching in something else. I think I might redraw this and then redraw it onto the page, shift it over a little bit so it's got a bit better placement. I tried to just draw the page because I don't have a lot of room in this sketchbook, and I don't want to start a whole fourth sketchbook for this book. Oops, I heated a button. So sometimes, not very often, but sometimes I draw dent and crux with a unibrow. Sometimes it works. I'll be able to figure that out when I ink it. It's a little off there in the pencils, but the pencils don't have to be perfect if I can figure it out. If it's something I don't trust myself to figure out later, I try to clean it up. Oh, my bad. I'm a little not on camera. Not that you can tell what I'm drawing. Yeesh. Okay, there we go. So it's not too often I'll draw on the page and then trace it into the sketchbook. He's got this, like, I don't know if that's an ascot or a dicky or something. No, not a dicky, but it might be an ascot. I don't know. All right, let's see. Oh, he's covering up the bottle then. And then I'm trying to come up with more stuff to make for like the opening of my videos and stuff like that. Oops. Like the nature video that started this one. Excuse me. I should have muted my mic or something. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with more stuff like that to put into these videos, or like if I have to run downstairs or go to the bathroom or something, which doesn't happen too often anymore, but like it happened the other day. Or just if I want to break up the monotony, just throw some funny video on. I want to make more stuff for that kind of, to have at my disposal for that kind of stuff. But also, I kind of want to up my my production a bit. So I'm looking into stuff, but slowly executing it. Everything in this stream business for me is very slow paced. I have to like really take my time. But I don't have like infinite time at my disposal for this kind of stuff. Side gig. This is my non-paying side gig. This is my hobby. That's what it is. So I just squeeze it in whenever I can. Okay, how's he look? I think that works. Oh, you said, what page are we on? Let Me Sleep's here. Let Me Sleep. I haven't seen you in a fortnight and then some. I mean, I see you on Instagram, but I never see you here anymore. It's so good to see you. And look, you and What Lover here. It's just like the good old time. I'm telling Liam that you're both here. I was trying to get him in a minute ago, and he never responded. Let me see. What Love and Let Me Sleep are both here. Oops. I'm misspelling because I'm trying to type too fast. You've been busy. Busy slacking off. No, I'm just kidding. Let Me Sleep. I'm almost done inking the whole book. I'm actually drawing. I'm redrawing a scene because I'm rewriting it. But other than this scene that I'm working on, everything's inked. So I don't know how many pages are left, but it's probably going to be like 10, maybe 15 pages. Oh, man. I thought Liam responded, but it was just my stupid mom. No, I'm just kidding. She's texting the family about something. Yeah, it's real close. I should call my mom stupid. She's a particle physicist. That's not true. She probably doesn't even believe in physics. That's also probably not true. I don't know. My mom believes in some crazy stuff, though. My mom is the. She like grew up on an island farm in Ireland. But and she like her explanation for stuff, like she'll go right to aliens if something peculiar happens. She goes right to aliens and the most outlandish conspiracy theories. My mom is a character without meaning to be. Yeah, she goes right to aliens and ghosts for everything. Let's see. So it's like, and then whenever my parents have been on here, they're just like mild-mannered, normal, old, boring people. But they're not, I don't know, they're more interesting in person, I think. Like my dad can have a conversation about anything with anyone, anytime. But then he comes on here and he's got nothing to say. I think that's a little too curly. He looks like an elf. Let's summon Liam. Yeah, conspiracy theory. I'm going to give him a call. Oops, let me get that off the screen.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Rip off.
847-609-5284 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Liam, why have you forsaken me? Me and what, love? And let me sleep. Demand your presence on the stream. You get in here. You get in here now. Goodbye. What a big lame. Will that fit? Will that work? Will that do the trick? I think so. We're just going to erase. Let me turn this off for a sec. Let me get a real eraser too. See, I drew this right onto the page. and then I didn't quite like the placement of it, so I traced it into my sketchbook here. I'm going to trace it back onto the page where it'll work better. More aesthetically pleasing, in other words, fly. That's from a soul coughing song. Stinker. All right. Let's have at it again. We're going to do... Let me see if he's even reading my messages. See, sometimes he's hanging out with his girlfriend and he's too good for me. If I had a girlfriend, I'd be blowing her off all the dang time. Sorry, toots. I got a book to make. I got to stream every day because I'm afraid of commitment. I stream every day out of a fear of commitment. That's some commitment to not being very committed. That sounds like someone who should be committed to an asylum. This always delights me. And then he's got these little nostrils, he's got these big buck teeth. So I've said this before, but I think I tend to give a lot of my characters big buck teeth. And I think that started not deliberately, but like maybe subconsciously, because when I was a kid growing up, I had my two front teeth were huge because I had my 4 front teeth removed when I was a little kid, when I was like 5 or something. And so in kindergarten, my adult teeth grew in, and they just looked like these really big choppers. Let me see. I think I want to make his hand more like... No, that doesn't make sense. I'll just do what I did. So I have a few characters, even a robot character that I have. Let me think. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 graphic novels that I want to do. Yeah, it's not like I always do it on. I do it a bit on characters, but out of the 3 stories that I want to do in graphic novel form, including this one, there's a main character that has big buck teeth in 3 of them. There's a robot, a little kid, and Bonehead. And that's just by coincidence. No, I don't think I want to do that. Those are supposed to be his coattails, but I think I might sure, I'll just do that. I was debating repressing them for this panel since they don't kind of need to be there, but I'll make them. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. I was telling Liam about the movie idea I want to do someday. I've had it in the back of my head that I want to do a movie someday. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but it's just like everything else. It's like I just want to make stuff that I like. Like I just want to. I can see myself possibly making a movie someday. So just on my like phone or whatever it needs, however I need to make it happen, I would be interested in making a movie. And whenever I think about it, I do have a kind of a story in mind. So whenever I've thought about it before, all I've known is I picture Liam in a suit and like a brimmed hat, like a detective kind of thing, like an old noir detective. And but he's in like a cartoon world, and that's all I've ever known about it till now. But the other night I was like going to bed, and it's like a little bit of a story started popping into my head about it. And then like the next morning I was still thinking about it. And it seemed like it was kind of starting to take a little more of a shape. But that's just an image that's been popping in and out of my head over the past few years. You're getting into multimedia for college and can get into cinema for university. That'd be cool. I went to, so my degree is in media art and animation. So I don't know. So I've kind of like done a little bit of film and animation. I even did like a little bit of music work in school, but I don't know what I'm doing with music, but I like tinkering around in all those programs. Oh, this is his thumb. This is Denton Crux's thumb, that is. That's what you're studying. my focus was on animation. I learned a lot of. They taught a lot of 3D animation, and it was more actually. I learned more 3D modeling than anything, and that was not what I was interested in. And I don't know, it was not quite what I signed up for, I feel like. And then the school kind of folded up, and it's not like it was a like it was an art institute school, but they kind of closed their doors, and then got, like there is no building there anymore. The building got torn down, so they're gone. So I can't even point to a building and say that's where I went to school. But I don't know. I learned a lot of stuff there and made some good friends there. Like I always say, I met my buddy Ben there, who is the reason I made Bonehead up, because he was trying to do a video game level for his final and asked if I had any characters I would want to do some video game animations for. Some character animations for his video game level. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I made up Bonehead on the spot, and like I did a bunch of animations for him. Which I still have to that's one thing I gotta do is one of these days I'm gonna animate. I'm gonna pull out the original pencil drawings I did for the Bonehead run cycle. I'm gonna reanimate that, I think. Although all the body, all the poses in the run cycle that I have on paper, they're all headless. I just did the body. And then I did the head set. I thought it was going to be one head that I would just move up and down, but I ended up turning it to while I was animating. So I did use different heads. But the reason I didn't draw his head was because I thought it was just going to be one drawing repeated over and over. And I probably saw that and was like, I could do better. The animations I did for that game were probably the best Bonehead animations I ever did. So like when you look at that Bonehead cartoon I made, oh, that is just it's already so embarrassing to me now. I just want to fix that up. But I already spent so much time on that. Let me see how this is looking. Okay, I think that's good for my purposes. What else do we need? We need 2 more little panels of so make him a bit smaller here, I think. So this is going to go about here. Make his head up higher a bit. So here's his neck. It's going to be I forgot how squat this panel is for a sec. There's Denton Crux. He's got his jacket collar here. What else? I'm going to put his back like kind of up here. So it's a little more like we're looking down on him, I think. So his shoulders are kind of right. Does that make sense? Maybe. I'm going to put his arm down a little bit. So here's his, bicep? And then his forearm has Bonehead clinging to it. Let's see, what am I trying to do? Stupid art. Stupid life. No. So he's holding he's holding the bottle. His hand here. Boom. Something like that. That's a fake hand, but whatever. Bottle. Here's, and then Bonehead. How are Bonehead's arms? They're gonna be like, he's going to be like clinging to him this way, I think. So this is Bonehead's arm coming around. And then his other arm is going to be like coming around him this way. It's like climbing onto him like a goblin. Real sketchy still. And then here he is. And his eyes are going to be more like up here. Let me get that drawing out from under there. I don't think it's helping me at this point. No, I think it's hurting me maybe. Let's see. Wow. The camera did some weird flashy thing. I don't know what I just saw. Oh, I know what I saw. This light went off. My hand hits the button all the time whenever I use this. These light tables come in such handy for this kind of stuff. But I've gone through like 3 of them. They can be pretty cheap. This one has lasted me the longest. I've had this one for maybe close to a year. Yeah, that's part of it. I'm just clumsy Ryan. I'm a wreck. Oh, whoops, that's the bottle there. So you can't see his body through it. Can't quite see this guy's hand through it either. We're gonna put some liquid in that bottle just to remind us. Maybe a label on that bottle just to remind us. Okay, so let's tie. Now he's really climbing on him like a goblin, and I think we're gonna put his other hand up here. I don't know if that's gonna fit in the drawing, but I don't know, something nuts like that. Some kind of bonkers hand. That thumb does not. That screams, I don't know how to draw hands. Let's try. You know what? No thumb for you. You should have your thumbs taken away from you. You schmuck. No thumbs for you. Okay, this arm is also getting kind of preposterous on us, but like I say, I I really need to focus that hard on that because I'm pretty certain that's all getting shot. What else? What else? What else? What else? Same verse, different from the first. That's not how I wanted to say that, but whatever. I'm not the most articulate man. I'm not even the most articulate chimp. No! Bonehead's putting his chompers to use. This does not look like Denton Crocs to me yet. I think I gotta lower those eyes, I think. Okay. And then, so I might even refer to the same body and just kind of, I think all I really need is this head, and I should be able to animate over this drawing. Let me just also do a nice I could do this word better. I can make this look better, probably. Not liking these letters. Chomp. Does streaming help motivate you to draw? I think it does. I think it holds me a little accountable to myself, which is part of the reason I wanted to do it, to stream the whole book being inked. It does, especially like when, people like you or Crimson come in. I think it does make me because I know some people are waiting for it at that point, more or less. It makes me feel like, oh, I'm letting somebody down to some extent if I don't, keep going. If I don't show up, especially if I say I'm gonna show up, make it kind of puts this guilt in me that I kind of need. Like I say, I'm very naturally lazy, so I need it. It helps to have ways to kind of if I have anything to help motivate me too. And actually, at the beginning, it probably didn't motivate me to have people in the chat. I think I was very afraid. Like I would get immediately nervous if somebody came in on the chat early on. Where I remember I would go to start a stream and I would just be like saying to myself, like, I hope nobody comes in. If I hope I get no, and it wouldn't even be if somebody was in the chat. If I just saw like up in the corner here where it shows me that somebody's watching the live stream, I would get so nervous just by that early on. But now, I don't know. I think it does help me feel like it's more of a job. Like it's I think I'm gonna do it more like that angle. Like you guys are my boss watching over my shoulder kind of thing. It's kind of how I feel in a way. And also kind of broadcasting it, I do think that I probably try a little harder to do a good job. I don't know if that's evergreen, like if that would work forever, but at least for now, that seems to it at least makes me want to try harder. I think I'm going to make his teeth a bit smaller. Where's this bottle? Does it work better if his arm, or I mean, if his mouth is, if we don't see the bottom of his mouth? I think so. Did that kind of help me on the social side? Yes. One thing is trying to make myself talk all the time. I still get real tongue-tied and at a loss for words all the time, even on the show. But it's definitely helped me get better at getting my words out. I'm a little better at speaking my mind. I've been trying to trick myself the past few years to get better at articulating what I'm thinking, because I have a hard time, especially if I'm trying to say something that somebody might not like to hear from me. Like, I have a hard time articulating myself all of a sudden. So, but it's just anything. There's also like a fear of sounding stupid. I would get real like, if I didn't know exactly what I was talking about necessarily, I would get this kind of like fear of sounding stupid and clam up. So it's helped me get my words out. Something else I always do that I think helps with that for me was, I started, whenever I read a book, I started reading books more often. And whenever I read, I'll read out loud. I think that's helped me too. But social side, yes, which is actually what you asked. Because I was definitely afraid of people coming on and chatting with me or just watching. I'd get kind of embarrassed early on, and I think it's helped me be more comfortable with that kind of thing. With if I look stupid on here, that's okay. You're allowed. I'm allowed to look stupid. And it's not something to be afraid of. I can just joke about it. And it's not like I couldn't do that in person, but like when it got to the point of, yeah, that's true. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, not to say I'm, yeah, go me. But there's no need to be uncomfortable and shy. Like if I was talking to my buddies or my siblings, like I'd have no problem being like the goofiest doofus in the room. So it's like, why so shy here? And that's and thinking like that is kind of helpful too. It's like, just pretend you're talking to your buddies. I mean, that's the real you anyway, right? And that's what your buddies fell in love with too. So, confidence. So I'll make his head break the panel here a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm not on screen. It's hard to tell what you're even looking at anyway, I suppose. With the image over an image. Okay, so we're gonna, like I said, I think I'm gonna just try and okay, I like that better. Felt like his head was at a weird angle. So here's his nose. Okay. And then let's see. Yeah. I'm getting bit in the arm and screaming his head off. All of a sudden reminded me of Tex Avery cartoons, the animator Tex Avery. There's always this like specific scream that you would hear in Tex Avery cartoons. I don't know how. I'm not going to recreate it here. It's not going to happen. It just won't. But if you ever see like droopy cartoons, like there's this perfect droopy cartoon that has it where like there's this one where I think this dog is like a bellhop, I think, and there's a Daffy Duck one too, but like there's this dog who's a bellhop or something. No, I don't think he's a bellhop. I think he's just trying to keep his master from waking up, and then Droopy keeps like smashing his thumb with a hammer or something, like because Droopy's trying to get him in trouble, and so he'll like smash his thumb with a hammer, but the dog has to be quiet, so he like runs all the way out of the house, like down the hills and like yards and yards and yards away, and he'll scream at the top of his lungs way out in the valley, and then he'll come running back up the lawn, back into the house. But like the whole cartoon is like him trying to like not scream in the house so he doesn't get in trouble. And like that's the scream I was just hearing in my head looking at this drawing. I hear a lot of screams in my head. I can still hear him screaming. Screaming, screaming, screaming. What's with all the screaming? Why won't he stop? I just realized I'm going way past the border of the panel. And then let's see. Oh, I'm doing it again. I don't need to draw way down there. So he's going to be like, ow. This is my nephew, Chancellor. One time, my nephew, Chancellor, I was holding him when he was a baby, and he was really into baby shark. He was really into sharks. So his first birthday party was baby shark themed, and one day I was holding him, and he bit my hand or something. which I didn't think was a big deal, you know, little baby bite. But he had those like new sharp teeth, and it was funny because he bit my hand, and it wasn't a big deal at first, and then you could just see him get like about it, like he was like getting tensed up, and he really sinking his teeth into my hand, and I was just like ah, ah! And he wasn't letting go, so I bopped him on the head, like not hard, but it made like hard enough that it made him cry, and I felt really bad about it. But the important thing was he let go, because he was about to like sever something. I think that was the most vicious bite I ever got. Let's see. Where is this? I just kind of started to draw this. Oh, I know what I was looking for. Yeah. Like that's better. This drawing is not better. Okay, I don't need it. I'll just. Wait, I'm not even trying to draw on here, am I? So I'm trying to animate his head here. So we're going to make him like. What's the next? I need to know that this works, because this, if I don't show him dropping the thing on the next panel, on the next page, then, okay, I do. You know what? This is also too high up. I don't think that's going to work. So here's his. Here, I'll make his arm come up here. I'm sword fighting my camera. Wait, how old was he? He was probably 1 at the time. He's 4. I felt bad bopping him, but it was like he had to be done. Levy's like goes, "What? I beat up my nephew." No, it was. I didn't hit him that hard. I just kind of like literally just. I mean, I just kind of swatted him on the head, but he was hurting me. It was kind of a panicked thing too. Like I didn't even know what I was doing, and I'd do it again too. No, I used to be kind of like rough with them, like in a fun way, where him and his older brother, when they were babies, I would like drum real heavy on their chests, like real heavy, like almost too. It seemed like you shouldn't be doing that to a baby, almost. But they loved it. They thought it was really fun. I didn't just like come out the gate like pounding on their chests or anything, but I used to drum on their chests real like all the time, and they loved that. But I have not been brave enough to do that to any of the other babies since then. I don't think I've even drummed on any of the other babies' chests at all. My other nephew, Carson, when he was a baby, I used to drape a blanket over his head, and then I'd yank it off, And like, especially at the beginning, he would always just be like, he would always look like so surprised, like so like in awe, like when you yanked the blanket off his head, like it was the most amazing thing that ever happened. And he loved whenever I would do that. This doesn't look as impactful as I need it to. I might need to scale these down, these images down, is what I'm thinking. So I might need to redraw all this smaller, which I don't think is going to happen today. How long have I been on? An hour and a half. So that's just playing. Yeah, I might scan this chunk of the page and shrink it down and redraw these parts tomorrow. But we'll see. When I do the page that I do tomorrow, I might start with redoing these two panels. We'll see. Because I think this really needs more information. Like, I think I need his hand dropping the bottle, his other hand over here. It's kind of too cramped for its own good, is my problem. See? So here's one thing I want to draw today. And I don't want to be scanning stuff on the stream, and then I'll just I'll come revisit those last two panels tomorrow. This needs some more smoke. Booyah. Okay, I think that'll be it for this stream. But I'll be back. I'm gonna try and come back in the morning, because I think I'm gonna try and get to my sister's house for the pool party we're having. By, like, I don't know, at least by 1 o'clock. Which means I'd have to leave an hour before then. So I want to leave around noon or earlier if I could. So I don't know. We'll try for an early stream tomorrow. What is up with this rig? Anyway, that's the program today. Let Me Sleep says have fun. I think I will. You have fun doing whatever it is you do until next time. Look at this. Look at this. What was I going to say? This has been the Book Show. I'm Ryan O'Connor. If you care for these streams, if you like these streams, maybe click on some other ones. I got plenty of streams. I've been streaming for a year. I've got all these shows. Good night, Let Me Sleep. Good night, What Love, for when you were here. Good night to who's my new follower? Steven Dior. Good night to you wherever you are. And yeah, click on some other streams. Click on the links in the description. If you're on Twitch, the links will be there shortly. And until next time, don't step on a crack unless you want to break your mother's back. Maybe you do. I don't know your mother. Except for those people whose mothers I do know. And don't crack their back.